What is up, blockchain gang? This is the Daniel Draghi Show, where we prove our mothers wrong every day about video games being a waste of time and rotting our... Wait, what was I talking about? Oh well. Today we're going to crush noobs and kittens in Daddy's favorite strategy simulation game, Rise of Stars Reverse. I'm just kidding. Can you believe they're already rebooting that bag of bot excrement? That would be like Dark Eden coming out with 2 new sequels due to the raging popularity of their initial... Okay, well, we'll just pretend like that didn't happen. Sorry there's been a content drought, as I've only been rage grinding to level 95 in Mirror 4, which is really boring. But I've also been testing 4 different move to earn apps with the help of my lovely wife, so look for a review of those in a future video. Enough shooting the shit, allow me to present 10 things I wish I knew before playing Giant Monster War. Okay, it's more like 20, but I'm too lazy to milk this idea for a second video. The first thing I noticed about this game that really stood out was the troop movement. In other games like this, you would have to send your troops out and wait for them to return over and over again, but here you can command your troops wherever they are out in the field, change their target mid-march, position them around enemies. Hell, you can even target other marching troops mid-march and attack them, which brings many more strategic elements to the gameplay in battle. There is no cost or item to buy to recall your troops. You can just drag them all around or send them march coordinates for their destination. If you ever want to check on your army or troops, use this blue horse icon here to see all marches and station troops at your disposal, as well as your hospital limit. This is very important that you have enough space in your hospital to hold your troops, as healing them is 1/10 of the cost as training new T1 troops. It only takes 3 seconds to heal no matter how many troops are wounded. Let that sink in. It only takes 3 seconds to heal all of your T1 troops. So even if you are zeroed, it is pretty easy to bring back a few marches in just seconds. And that gives defenders a huge advantage while punishing griefers and toxic players who suffer a small percentage of real deaths when attacking a player fortress. It is important to note that training a T1 troop means you are training it to be every type of troop at any given time. One march you can send them out as a ranger, and the next as cavalry, and the next as a lancer. It doesn't really matter to them. If you want to change your troop type or tier, once you've trained higher tier units, go into formation, then deployment, and click on the blue horse icon next to your hero. I wouldn't even think about training T1 troops until you have at least 500,000 T1s. The different types of units have different stats and abilities that you can synergize well with your heroes. Speaking of synergy, each formation will be made up of at least 2 rangers and 2 other types of units of infantry, cavalry, or lancers that work in a rock, paper, scissors fashion. If you have scouted your enemy, it's almost always best to make a formation that is super effective against their front line. But if you don't know what you're up against, it's always better to have 2 of the same type of front line, so the passive hero bonuses can stack. For example, if you have 2 infantry, they will both benefit from boons to infantry troops as opposed to 1 infantry and 1 lancer or cavalry. My last tip for your troops is that rangers will always be 50% of your formation, while any other troop could be 0, 25, or 50% of your damage, which means I almost always prioritize ranger damage over the front line. It is not obvious at first, but there are 2 different types of gold found in the game. Regular gold is opened from chests and inventory packs, rewarded for completing quests and events, and earned from the Mystic AFK game mode. This gold cannot be used to refine the coin Monco. Tradable gold is gold that is mined from the world map. Regular gold is also the only gold that you could send to your allies with the airship transfer. The server map in the game is broken up into smaller segments or counties, and those into smaller segments or towns, and can be fought over for control and buffs by the different guilds. Once the server's passes are opened, which allows for passage and fortress teleportation. If you are under level 10, you can use your novice teleport freely to get to your guild, and you want to join one quickly for the growth it provides and support. If you are clanless, you will look like an inactive player and get attacked frequently by raiders looking for extra resources. Speaking of resources, you'll want to keep them as low as humanly possible, below your protected levels if you can, and then there is no benefit in somebody attacking your base. You can do this by never accepting quest rewards that grant resources or opening chests and packs in your inventory until you actually need them. When I need resources, I open the quest tab and start accepting until I have enough. If I still need one specific resource, I'll open the packs of that resource, and if I still need 2 or more resources, I'll start using the random chest until I have enough. Having a level 7 war hall will allow you to auto-join rallies while AFK. When killing monsters, you'll want to use the hero Coco in your group, as she'll grant you a huge experience bonus and damage versus monsters. When doing a guild rally, it is possible to select multiple targets for a single rally instead of having to wait 5 minutes for each to reset and the troops to arrive. So far, up until level 23, none of my construction has cost any gold, but long ago all of my tech research started costing a ton, and you have 2 research queues to think about, so plan accordingly. When you have a group of gold miners come in, collect your mystic bonus, open a few chests to boost your tech, and use the extra resources to upgrade any buildings or train extra units. They seem weak at first, but you can see that they become 10 to 50% bonuses as they scale with the cost. I would focus on growth over military as it is less gold, but when you have excess gold you can spend it on your troop bonuses. Personally, I'm ignoring most troop upgrades until the coin hits an all-time low after the airdrop, and then I'll buy about 100 Monco, and with that should really boost my troops ahead of the average player. In this game you can occupy resources and auto-collect from them, or you can gather from them much faster by stationing troops there. I try to stack as many mining bonus heroes as I can into 1 or 2 formations so that they can clear the gold mines as quickly as possible. Once you start to increase your VIP level by logging in every day and competing in the events, you'll be able to occupy up to 15 plots of land at one time. Once you consider the bonuses from heroes and tech, you can easily increase your resource generation by up to 6 times the amount of the start of the game, which is a solid reward for progression if you ask me. If you are having trouble locating gold mines around your base with the search function, you are not alone. It is possible to zoom out on the map and scan a much larger area though in a fraction of the time. It is a little wonky to do so, but I'm assuming it's because I'm using right click and the mouse wheel instead of pinching or zip popping like on a mobile device. I would focus on tech and hero skills that upgrade your resource output last, as those bonus modifiers don't really scale well until late in the game when your buildings are much higher level. Instead, I would prioritize building and research speed above anything else, then gathering speed, training speed, and your ranged attack. It is up to you if you want to focus on maxing out a single march at a time while neglecting the other formations, or if you want to level them evenly. My strategy was to max 2 full formations evenly and then neglect the third, which is only for fast mining. The theory is that my 2 full armies will be stronger than any enemy's 2 full armies, since most enemies focus on a single military who can only be in one place at one time, and when their stronger military goes on the attack, I can start taking their mines from them since I know those troops are very weak. And this also puts you in a superior position when you're defending your base against a single attack at a time. Finally, let's talk about gold mine defense. It is basically prison yard rules out there, where if you back down, you will become their bitch for the rest of your time here. Every time they see you on a gold mine, they see a free gold mine and they take it. What I need you to do is pick yourself up by those great big giant monster war balls of yours and scout their base. You don't have to attack, just freak them out a little, make them nervous. This will force them to pull troops back if they have unprotected resources. Then heal all of your troops and send them all after your gold mine, one after another. Then maybe park a few troops outside of the mine and intercept any retaliation. If they refuse to give up the gold mine and they have no troops, start attacking their base and steal their resources. Attack their other gold mines. Attack the troops farming goblins. Who cares if you win or lose, because it takes 3 seconds to heal. The point is that they have to spend resources and time if they mess with you, or you are going to take all of their shit. You have to appear to be a threat, so they focus on an easier target. They may still mess with you in the future, future, but only if they have no easier targets. So try to be as big of a pain in their ass as possible and send them a message saying that you won't attack their mines if they don't attack yours. Eventually, they'll call for a truce after doing this maybe a few dozen times, and you can mine mostly in peace. Bonus tip, don't start a guild unless you're a committed leader. Being a leader in this game takes a huge amount of time, patience, communication, strategy, money, and personal skills, and it is okay if you're not willing to commit that much effort to a game. I'm not, so nobody's blaming you. However, if you start a weak guild and lead a bunch of innocent players to the slaughter, you'll have nobody else to blame but yourself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime.